Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe to support us. There was an old farmer who lived with his son on their farm. The farmer had taught his son how to plant crops, how to take care of animals, and all about the land they owned. When the farmer grew older, his son would take over the farm, and the father was pleased with how his son managed everything. However, there was one thing that the old farmer couldn't teach his son. He couldn't teach him how to live through tough times. The old farmer had seen his fair share of dry spells, floods, diseases, and pests. And every year he hoped it wouldn't happen again, but it always did. So what he decided to do was to teach his son that the hardships of life were just rocks in the field that could be stepped over. One day, when the sun was shining and the birds were singing, the old farmer called his son over and said, "Look at our field, son. It's so beautiful today, isn't it?" The son replied, "Yes, it sure is, Dad. The crops are looking great and the animals are healthy." The old farmer nodded and said, "I know it looks perfect now, but I want you to remember this day because this is the day we will face our first rock." The son looked confused and asked, "What do you mean, Dad? What rock?" The old farmer pointed to a small stone sticking out from the ground and said, "That rock right there is our first rock. Do you see how it sticks out from the ground and how it could trip you up if you were not careful?" The son nodded slowly, realizing what his father was trying to teach him. "Yes, sir," he said softly. The old farmer smiled and patted his son on the shoulder. "You see, son, life is full of rocks. Sometimes they come in the form of bad weather, or disease, or pests. But no matter what they look like, they're all rocks that we have to step over to succeed. It is easy to get caught up in the beauty of this field and forget that rocks are coming. But if you prepare yourself, you can step over them without a problem." The son thought about what his father had told him and realized that he had been naive. He had been so focused on planting and harvesting crops that he had never stopped to think about the problems that could arise. The old farmer continued, "Don't let the rocks defeat you, son. Remember, they're just rocks and you're a farmer. You're stronger than any rock." The son nodded, determined to make his father proud. "I won't let them beat me, Dad," he said confidently. As the seasons passed, the son grew into a strong and capable farmer. He planted crops, took care of the animals, and prepared for the future. And just as his father had predicted, rocks started to appear. There was a hailstorm that damaged the crops, a flood that washed away the fences, and a disease that threatened to wipe out the entire herd of cattle. But each time a new rock appeared, the son remembered his father's words and faced it head-on. He worked tirelessly to repair the damage and protect his livelihood. And each time he did, he became stronger and more determined than ever before. One day, years after the first rock had been identified, the old farmer called his son over and asked him, "Remember the first rock I showed you all those years ago?" The son looked at his father in confusion and asked, "Which rock, Dad? We've had so many rocks over the years that I've lost count." The old farmer smiled and said, "That's right, son. We've had so many rocks, but you didn't let any of them stop you. You stepped over them all and turned them into stepping stones." The son looked around him and realized that his father was right. All the rocks they had faced had only made him stronger and more successful. The hardships had become stepping stones on his path to success. He thought back to the first rock, the one that had started it all. If he hadn't listened to his father and taken the warning seriously, he could have been defeated by that small stone. But because he had learned from it, he had been able to overcome even greater obstacles. The son felt a surge of gratitude towards his father. He had not only taught him how to farm, but also how to live. He had taught him that life was not just about enjoying the sunshine and the rainbows, but also about facing the storms and the darkness. The old farmer put his arm around his son's shoulder and said, "You know, son, there will always be rocks in your path. That's just the way life is. But don't ever let them hold you down. Remember, you're a farmer, and farmers don't let rocks beat them." The son looked up at his father with admiration and said, "Thanks, Dad, I won't." From that day on, the son continued to farm the land with his father's words in mind. He faced every obstacle with courage and determination, and turned every hardship into an opportunity to grow. And as the years went by, He became one of the most successful farmers in the region, all because he had learned how to step over the rocks. So remember, friends, no matter how smooth and easy your life may seem, there will always be rocks in your path. But don't worry, because those rocks are not there to trip you up. They're there to help you climb higher. They're stepping stones on your journey to success. The only thing you have to do is keep moving forward. Don't let the rocks slow you down or hold you back. Instead, use them as leverage to launch yourself even further. Remember, you're stronger than any rock. Now, I want to ask you a question. What rocks have you faced in your life? How did you deal with them? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I can't wait to hear your stories. And before we go, I just want to say thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button and share it with your friends. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on any of our videos. We've got lots more where this came from. Now it's time to go, but I'll be back soon with another great story. Until then, take care and keep moving forward. Remember, you're stronger than any rock. The boy looked at the vast field in front of him, the same field that his father had shown him so many years ago. He had faced countless rocks since then, but he had never stopped moving forward. And now, he stood on the other side of the field, looking back at the horizon where his journey had begun. A single tear rolled down his cheek as he realized the full weight of his father's words. The rocks hadn't just been stepping stones. They had been the foundation upon which he had built his life. Each rock monolith represented a challenge he had overcome, a lesson he had learned, and a piece of wisdom his father had shared. He thought back to the first rock, the one that had started it all. Without that rock, he might have never understood the true meaning of farming. Without the rocks, he wouldn't have grown as a person, wouldn't have learned resilience, wouldn't have discovered the strength within himself. He owed everything he had achieved in life to the rocks. With newfound respect for the rocks, the boy turned and walked towards the setting sun. As the sky blazed with vibrant colors, he knew that tomorrow would bring new rocks, new challenges to face. But instead of feeling burdened, he felt excited. He was ready to face whatever came his way, because he knew he was stronger than any rock. And that's the end of the story. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe and share this video with your friends. Your support motivates us to keep bringing you great content. See you next time.
That's all for this video. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more such videos. If you have any queries, leave them in the comment section below. We'll reply to them as soon as possible. And if you are a regular viewer of our channel, then do you won't forget to click on the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video. We try to make videos on a variety of topics so that our viewers get some knowledge, learn something new, and most importantly, get entertained. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and we shall see you in the next video. Until then, keep learning.